Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is March 17th, 2024. In Barcelona are reportedly tracking Bryan Zaragoza. Also, Jorge Mendes is set to fly to Manchester in order to begin negotiations for Joao Cancelo. And finally, Barcelona will try to sign the Ghanaian gem, David Oduro. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links for kickback and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, beginning with the news that Barcelona defeated Atletico de Madrid 0-3 at the Wanda Metropolitano in what was a solid performance by the team. And this is a huge step forward for Barcelona because it will allow Barcelona to stay alive in La Liga race title. It also leapfrogs Barcelona to second place ahead of Girona, building enough cushion between them and Atletico de Madrid. And of course, this will also be a huge boost for the team ahead of their quarterfinal clash against PSG. Now, I did do a post-match live analysis analyzing the Barcelona match against Atletico de Madrid. So if you do want to hear my thoughts and opinions about the match, make sure you check out that video. Now, on to the news that Barcelona are reportedly tracking the situation of Bryan Zaragoza. Now, in case you don't know who Bryan Zaragoza is, he's a 22-year-old left winger who is currently playing at Bayern Munich. And in fact, Barcelona had tried to sign him in the past. But while Barcelona were in talks with the player, Bayern Munich showed up and paid his entire release clause cash, taking the Spanish player to the Bundesliga. Now, so far, it has not worked out for Bryan Zaragoza at Bayern Munich, where Thomas Tuchel is not counting on the player who has declared himself on multiple occasions a culé in the past. And as such, Deco is currently tracking the situation of Bryan Zaragoza to see what's going to happen with him, whether the new coach at Bayern Munich, once Thomas Tuchel leaves, will decide to keep him, or whether Bayern Munich will look to get rid of him, whether it's on loan or on a permanent transfer. So Barcelona will definitely be tracking the situation to see whether they can pounce and perhaps bring Bryan Zaragoza to Barcelona, since one of Barcelona's priorities for the summer transfer market will be to reinforce the left wing position alongside the pivot position. And speaking of fullbacks, it's reported that Jorge Mendes will be traveling to the city of Manchester in order to begin negotiations for Joao Cancelo. Now, Joao Cancelo is currently on a one-season loan with Barcelona with no option or obligation to buy. And given his good performance with the club, Barcelona are hoping to keep Joao Cancelo on a permanent basis, or at least for one more season. However, as I reported in a previous video, Manchester City reportedly did not want to loan Joao Cancelo for another season, and what they wanted was to offload him on a permanent basis. And this is a problem for Barcelona because given Joao Cancelo's performance with Barcelona, this has increased his market value. And it's reported that Manchester City are going to want around 40 million euros for Cancelo. And given the club's financial fair play situation, Barcelona will not be able to pay those 40 million euros. So instead, they would like to negotiate a one-season loan with an obligation to buy worth around 20 to 25 million euros. Now, of course, as I said a few moments ago, Manchester City are not looking to loan Joao Cancelo for another season. They want to offload him on a permanent basis. And it's reported that there are several clubs who would be interested in signing Joao Cancelo given his performance this season with Barcelona. And therefore, Jorge Mendes is set to travel to the city of Manchester in the upcoming few days in order to begin negotiations with Manchester City to try to convince them to loan Joao Cancelo to Barcelona for one more season. Because after all, neither Pep Guardiola wants Joao Cancelo on his team, nor does Joao Cancelo want to continue at Manchester City. And this will, of course, will be a difficult task for Jorge Mendes to try to convince Manchester City. But if there's anyone in the footballing world who can convince any club of doing anything, it's Jorge Mendes. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel, because I'm sure we're going to be having some pretty interesting news coming out of England. And speaking of fullbacks, it's reported that Barcelona will make a push to try to sign the Ghanaian gem, David Oduro. Now, I talked about David Oduro a few days ago on my channel. He's a 17-year-old left back who currently plays for Accra Lions in Ghana. And after scouts came across this young, talented gem, a lot of European clubs started to show some interest in the youngster, with some clubs even giving him the opportunity to try out for them, including Chelsea, where David Oduro spent several weeks. And after David Oduro finished his trial at Chelsea, he traveled to Barcelona, where he also trained with Barca Athletic and with other La Masia teams. Now, Barcelona had pretty positive reports about David Oduro before even his arrival in the city of Barcelona, where the reports were comparing him to Alphonso Davies, given his power, his speed, his physicality, and dribbling ability, and his ability to break lines. But once David Oduro showed up in Barcelona, he even exceeded the expectations, exceeded those expectations from the reports that Barcelona already had. And as such, Barcelona wanted David Oduro to stay even longer with Barcelona. However, unfortunately, his visa did expire, so David Oduro had to return to Ghana. Now, nonetheless, Barcelona were left very impressed with the youngster, and it's reported that they will try to make a push for him in the summer, because after all, he will turn 18 years old in June. So once the summer transfer market opens, any team will be able to sign him in Europe. And of course, there's plenty of interest in Europe, including from Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, and even Chelsea. As I said before, he did train with them. So Barcelona will have some deep competition from many clubs. And it's reported that the part owner of Accra Lions is no other than Lothar Matthäus, the former Bayern Munich legend. So it is going to be a little bit difficult for Barcelona, again, given that all these clubs will be competing for him, and given that Accra Lions do have that connection with Bayern Munich through one of their owners. But nonetheless, Barcelona are going to try their best to try to sign David Oduro, because they were left incredibly impressed with the youngster. And also Barcelona are looking to bring someone to the club to compete with Alejandro Balde, because given that Jordi Alba left last season and Marcos Alonso will be leaving at the end of the season, there will be nobody to alternate with Alejandro Balde. So Barcelona considered that David Oduro could be the perfect player to compete with Alejandro Balde for the left back position. And while we're still on the topic of fullbacks, we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona's #1 priority for this summer will be to offload Serginho Dest. Now, Dest is currently on a one-season loan with PSV Eindhoven in the Dutch league, where he's been having a pretty incredible performance, not only being solid defensively, but also helping PSV attack a lot, scoring 2 goals and providing 6 assists. And as such, Barcelona will be looking to offload Serginho Dest, where they consider that he had a successful loan because he has impressed PSV Eindhoven, and PSV Eindhoven are hoping to keep Serginho Dest on a permanent basis. Now, Serginho Dest has a contract with Barcelona until 2025 with a €400 million release clause, and Barcelona do not count on him. So this will be Barcelona's final opportunity to sell Serginho Dest and make some money, because the summer in 2025 he would be leaving as a free agent. And as such, Barcelona #1 priority for the summer will be to offload Serginho Dest to PSV Eindhoven, where they would initially hoping to make around €10 million. But given that Serginho Dest's value has increased, given his improved performance in the Dutch league, Barcelona think that they can negotiate perhaps a €15 million offer from PSV Eindhoven, which of course might not be a lot of money, but given the club's financial fair play situation, it would definitely be a huge help for Barcelona, because not only would the club make those €15 million that they're hoping to make, but they would also clear around €4.5 million off their salary bill. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, be scars.